Welcome back, CDL fans. Hopefully you joined us for segment 1. If you didn't, go on ahead back and watch that. But for now, we've got segment 2 right here, ready to go. We've got the Detroit Devils on the road, set to take on the San Antonio Defenders. Of course, the Defenders, 3 wins and 10 losses, no ties or OT losses. 9 points on the season, has them in last place in the Western Conference. And because Atlanta won earlier, they are now last place in the league. They've already been eliminated from divisional contention. But just because they might be on the short end of the stick this season, the defending Western Conference champions would still like to, play some upsets, maybe cause some spoilers during the remainder of their reign as the kings of the West, if you will. And that's where the Detroit Devils come in. 24 points on the season. They're hunting down a playoff spot, currently 5th place in the Western Conference right now. 8 wins, 5 losses, no ties or OT losses. So a huge game for the Devils, as they, of course, are trying to hunt down the Mexico City Jaguars. They are just 2 games back in Mexico City for first place in that division. And, San Antonio would just like to make that journey to the top more difficult for them. So, that being said, let's get this matchup underway. Detroit, San Antonio, let's get a look at the lineups. Going to be Pioneer leading the way for Detroit, followed by V-Dub. At the captain spot is going to be Spectite, and Black Marinello is that 5-point gainer to the home side of the field. We've got Hawkeye leading the way for San Antonio, followed by Shell at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's going to be Far Future, and that 5-point gainer is Aqua Ferrari. Now, folks, something that I'm noticing here is in our CDL studios, my apartment, it's getting kind of dark in here. Is the sky outside, the clouds are starting to form, and there's an old expression in my family about rain, and I will share that now with you, even though it might be a little vulgar to some folks, but it's looking like it's going to pour like a cow pissing on a flat rock. So, the light will come on, and hopefully we'll be well lit here enough for everybody at home here, or, well, sitting wherever you are right now. Hopefully you can see, right? So it's kind of getting hard for me to see, so I'm like, it's kind of hard for me to see now. Maybe it's hard for you to see, right? So hopefully that made it a little better. So Hawkeye and Pioneer leading us off. Here we go. Central Division Showdown. Interference right off the bat. Hawkeye with the interference that's going to void the collision and void the flip on Pioneer. Still scoreless. And no question about that time. Yeah, she plays it flat. He is upside down if you count it. So a good flip for Detroit. 5-0 Devils in the lead. When these two teams met not too long ago, it was the June 4th and June 6th game day. Remember the game day that got all split up and stuff? Yeah, that one. But these two teams did go at it. Detroit got the win that day, 15-10. They're up 5-0 here. Shell now looking to even things up. Almost did right there. Pioneer switches sides, and ooh, was that a wheel? No, it's not a wheel. We are safe. It's not a wheel. Match continuing. You gotta check those things. If you're an official, you gotta check them. And both cars are down. So Pioneer and Shell take each other out. We've got ourselves a 10-5 game in favor of the Detroit Devils. They look to put it away here. The rookie V-Dub out there taking on the veteran Far Future. Both cars staying up there. And this time, Far Future with a good flip. V-Dub down. Good defensive skills on Far Future's part as he has evened this game up at 10 apiece. If you're San Antonio right now, maybe you're thinking deja vu. That brings out Spectite. And Spectite's down. So that flip came real quick. And the Defenders are now in the lead. 15-10 the score. They still have a chance to make the playoffs. You know what? They really do. 21 points the max they can get, so they can get up to 30 points by all rights. Maybe they can get it here. 15-10. They are in the lead looking for the win. Black Marinello trying to force overtime for the Devils. And he's a heavy car. He almost had it there. Almost has it yet again. He's getting the offensive advantage right now. But can Far Future, can he last out the storm? Because Black Marinello can bring it. No doubt he can bring it. And that time he had an interference. So touching up with his teammates. Still 15-10. Defenders trying to get the win. Almost had an overtime game right there yet again. Black Marinello applying the pressure. Our Future trying to withstand it. Another interference. He's still in the game. And hangs on to the edge. Well enough there. Close to an interference. Even if it was, he's still up. And look at that barrel roll. Able to stay in the game. And no interference that time. He stays up yet again. Our Future putting on a defensive display as he tries to weather the storm being put on by Black Marinello. But Black Marinello prevails in the end there. And folks, we are tied at 15. Headed into overtime. So yes, 2 overtime games. That's $20 in charity, folks. So a good day so far. So 15 to 15, we head into overtime. Black Marinello and Aqua Ferrari. Here we go. In OT, San Antonio and Detroit. In overtime, and Black Marinello's down. Aqua Ferrari gets the flip. And it's 20 to 15 the final. The San Antonio Defenders get the win over the Detroit Devils. And you know what? The Devils really are a Cinderella story from last year, like Miami is. The top 2, or I should say last place in the West last year. They had the number 2 overall pick of the draft. Miami finished in dead last, but both teams right now holding playoff spots coming into this game day. But that was a tough loss for Detroit to take, no doubt. They felt like maybe that could have been a should win, but San Antonio getting the win in OT and playing spoiler, and that puts Atlanta back to last place in the league. It's like there's a contest not to finish last, even though you get the first draft pick, but no one really wants that misfortune, I guess, especially considering the fact that the first overall pick of the draft last year, he ain't playing right now. He got dropped during the post-round 1 cuts. The Mafia actually cut him. So it was a cloak and dagger model, as a matter of fact. So anyways, coming up next though, we got the Los Angeles Blades on the road to battle with the Nevada Thunder. Long-standing Pacific Division rivalry. I think it should be a fun game, folks. Don't miss it. It's coming up next. Welcome back, CDL fans. The game that is about to put us to our halfway point is about to take place. We've got Alex Johnson's Los Angeles Blades on the road to take on the league-operated Nevada Thunder. Remember when this team first came into the league, 1999, brought in by Dale Gray Miller. So, that's some old stuff. Anyhow, Los Angeles coming into this game, 9 wins, 4 losses, no ties, no overtime losses. Nevada with a record of 3 wins, 8 losses, no ties, 2 overtime losses. So 11 points on the season for Nevada as they sit 11th place in the Western Conference. So 11 points back of that final playoff spot coming into today's game day. Huge matchup for them because Nevada, for them, time is running out. I guess that's the best way to put it. Time's running out. The amount of points that they can get maximum, I mean, it's at 21 right now, so the most they can currently get is 32. But they lose today, that number bumps down to 29, and here Seattle is now with 25 points, and Detroit with 25 points now. So dire straits for the home team here, but for the LA Blades, they are just 1 point behind the Phoenix Firebirds for first place in the Pacific Division, so for second place in the Western Conference. So big matchup for them, as every game kind of is at this point for LA. I can't believe how good Phoenix is doing this year, honestly. I'm just blown away. So anyhow, let's get a look though at the other team in the Pacific, kind of the team hunting down Phoenix, right? The LA Blades on the road, they lead the way with Pink Indy Jr. Follow him out there is going to be Cove Light. At the captain spot for the Blades is Greelina, and at 5-point gainer will be Green Blaze Jr. To the home side of the field, Inferno leads the way for the Nevada Thunder today, followed by Monkey at the middleman spot. Black Lena is the power at captain spot today for the Thunder, and at 5-point gainer, down in the team colors there, black and yellow, it is 7 Series. So both teams set and ready to go here. These two teams met up on that June 4th, June 6th combo game day. LA had to get the win in overtime to go get it, but we'll see what happens here. Nevada trying to have another strong out and maybe some reversal fortunes here. We'll find out. And the opening collision starts things off. Inferno and Pink Indy Jr. take each other out. We are tied at 5. is now going to bring out Coke Light and Monkey. And Monkey gets taken down. Coke Light gives LA the lead. 10-5 the score, and now Coke Light going for the win. Black Lena trying to tie things up against his former team owner. He used to play for the Puerto Rico Players back in the day. Led them to an Eastern Conference Championship way back in 2014. They would end up losing in the Crash Bowl to the Los Angeles Blades. So I think he might be a little amped every time he plays against this team. But after the out of play there, we got a 10-5 game still. LA in the lead, trying to get the win here. Black Lena looking to make it difficult for them as he tries to even this game up. Black Lena and Coke Light, two good defensive cars battling out, really all around good cars. They're both very capable of getting the job done, but Coke Light gets it done today. 15-5 the final, and Alex Johnson can be happy about that one. The Blades take it to the bank, 15-5 on the road. Well, they came to Nevada and they left with all their money. That's a rare occasion. They came to Vegas and they left with all their money. But needless to say, the Blades get the win, 15-5, the final score. They beat the Thunder today. And we move on to the next one. Halfway through this game day, the other half to go, and we are going to celebrate Canada next. Well, sort of. In our own special, unique CDL way of celebrating Canada Day. Toronto Titans and the Montreal Saints coming up next. Welcome, CDL fans. We are getting set here for this next game on tap. But really, an announcement first. This will be the last season that the Montreal Saints carry that name, the Saints. This team used to be a development league squad, but the names got changed and everything. This team used to be the original Detroit Devils, so they went from being the Detroit Devils under Lila Geiser's command to being the Montreal Saints, picking up the D-League team's name when the D-League folded after the 2018 season. But the team is going for a whole new look next year, a whole new thing, and we're going to give you a little look at this. This is the look next year for the Montreal CDL team, the Montreal Monarchs. Let me see if I could. Les Monarchs de Montreal. I hope I did that right? How's my French, right? So the Montreal Monarchs will join the league. So, but for now, they are the Saints. So this will probably, unless these two teams find a way to meet up with each other in the playoffs, this will be the last two times, or the last time that the Saints meet up with the Toronto Titans. So, the Toronto Titans leading the way today with Indy 5 Jr. Following him out there, it's going to be Wen at the middleman spot. Synchro has the captain spot for Toronto today, and at 5-point gainer is X-Wing. To the home side of the field, the Montreal Saints start things off with 24 hours, followed by 46 Jr. Padawan has the captain spot, and at 5-point gainer, it's going to be Black Bullet 1. 2021 summed up, maybe in a couple of sentences, is we never expected Toronto to be this good, and we never expected Montreal to be this bad. As a matter of fact, when these two teams met up on the June 4th and 6th split game day, when they went head-to-head, it was actually kind of a shocker that Toronto got a 15-5 win home against the Saints. So, but of course now when you look at their records, it's starting to make some sense, right? Toronto, 4th place in the Eastern Conference right now, 9 wins, 4 losses. Titans looking good this year. 4th place in the Eastern Conference and 3rd place in the Northeast Division. Really, they came into this game day just 4 points back of the New York Empire for the top spot. So, big league stuff. They're just their 2nd year in the league. The Montreal Saints, on the other hand, not so successful like they were last year. 3 wins, 5 losses, 2 ties, and 3 overtime losses. Just 16 points. Now, they came into this game day just 2 games back of that final playoff spot in the East. But that is really subpar when you consider this team made it to the Eastern Conference Finals last year and made it to the preseason tournament finals this year. So, Saints and Titans ready to start things off. Lila Geiser's in the house to watch her team play here. Opening collision, 24 hours, and Indy 5 Jr. starting things off. Maybe it'll give the Saints the boost that they need here in this one with their team owner watching from the stands. These two continue to go at it. Both cars able to stay alive in this match as the match is on here. Good interference call right there. He keeps himself in the game. Match continue. 24 hours hanging on here against Indy 5 Junior. They'll switch sides now. Maybe that's the advantage 24 hours needs. Vice versa. Could be the advantage that Indy 5 Junior needs. They'll switch back to their own sides yet again. Still a scoreless game between these two Canadian teams. Do a barrel roll. He's able to stay alive. 24 hours hanging on for dear life. Another great move. Deep fry me a Twinkie. He is somehow in this game still. These two continue to battle it out. Toronto trying to get that early lead. They beat him earlier in the season. Looking for similar results and off the edge, and he's down. Indy 5 Junior down on the switch there, off of the mesh. He bounced back onto the field on his on his roof. We got a 5-0 lead for the Saints as that brings out Wen now. Good clashing collision. You can hear these cars collide. And Wen has a good flip. We are tied at 5. Enter the heavyweight for the Montreal side. 46 Junior out there. The power of pink. Maybe it'll do something here today. As these two go at it. Wen against 46 Junior. The match tied. Oh, both cars able to stay up there. So the battle continues and out of play, and between my legs goes Wen. So he found the 5-hole. Hey, we got some hockey jokes here post Canada today. Out of play there for Wen, and we got a 5-5 game. And look at this, both these cars still going at it. Wen able to stay up there. 46 Junior staying relatively stable. The heavyweight going down there though. Wen gets the flip. And now it's the Toronto Titans with the lead. 10-5 the score, looking for the win. Padawan trying to tie things up. Wen going for the victory, and Wen has it right there. A tough fought victory, but 15-5 yet again. The Toronto Titans finding a way to get the win over the Montreal Saints. Tough loss for Lila Geyser and her Saints. Just maybe they need to become the Monarchs now. Maybe that's what they need. But, you know, you could blame the decision. Well, maybe it's because they got Black Bullet 1 on the team. But you just saw, that wasn't Black Bullet 1 going down. That was the front 3 from the year before. And they're just not having that same success as they had before. And when Black Bullet 1s come out, they just can't find that right combination. Some could attribute it to having maybe a more difficult schedule. But then again, they got the win against San Diego and San Antonio this year. So, really, it's just a tough season for Montreal. Maybe they can turn around next year, but needless to say, a tough one here. So Toronto with the win, 15-5 over Montreal, and for the team just in their second season, league operated to boot 10-4, now their record. So when we come back though, folks, Houston Oilers and the Denver Mustangs going to be headlining the second segment of our day, Central Division Showdown with big playoff implications. It's coming up. And we are back, CDL fans. Fourth and final game of this second segment here. We've got a Central Division Showdown about to take place. The Houston Oilers doing pretty good this year. 8 wins, 4 losses, no ties. 1 overtime loss, 25 points on the standings. Currently sitting 4th place in the Western Conference. They are on the road here to take on the 6-4, 0-3 Denver Mustangs. Mustangs with 21 points, 7th place in the Western Conference. Came into this game day just 1 point out. So with Detroit only getting 1 point today, they're up to 25 points. Seattle getting the 25 points. Houston with 25 points. I think it really behooves Denver to try to get a win to at least get to 24 and pull within a point of all those teams. We'll see if they'll be able to do that today. So big playoff game, or playoff game almost, right? Kind of has some playoff implications. So, well, a big game with playoff implications is what I should say. We are only a little over halfway through the regular season. This is not a playoff game. Anyway, but it feels like one already, so that's kind of cool. So let's get a look at the lineups. Blue Indy leads the way for the Houston Oilers today, followed by Y at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's Surf Crate Custom, and that 5-point gainer is Sonic Boom. To the home side of the field, the Denver Mustangs lead the way with Purple Custom, followed by Golden Rat. After Golden Rat, it's Highlight, and at 5-point gainer, it's going to be Who for the Denver Mustangs. So both teams set and ready to go. Big game for both sides. Match is on. Blue Indy with a good flip on Purple Custom. 5-0 Oilers in the lead. So that brings out Golden Rat, who quickly ties this game up at 5 apiece. So all even now is that now brings out Y. Y and Golden Rat going at it here. Golden Rat almost went down on that very first collision that the two had. But able to recover, and now he's just on and almost again going down. So they've switched sides here. Y versus Golden Rat. Game tied at 5, and we got a matchup on our hands from the middleman spot. Both these cars trying to get that 10-5 edge. As they continue to battle here. Golden Rat versus Y. Defense versus really sort of all around kind of ability. The ratified model of car can definitely get it done on this field. We know ratified for Tampa Bay. He was the MVP of the playoffs last year, and with good reason, leading the Gators to a crash bowl. And this time, out of play goes Y, so they'll be back on his own side. Still a 5-5 match. You get two good defensive cars that are able to clash and not really put themselves in jeopardy of getting flipped. And it can be an entertaining show, and it can take a while sometimes. You can see these two go at it, staying really stable, and this time a little bouncy, and Y goes out of play. Had to do so there. 5-5 still the score. That was a risky one. Golden Rat almost had him, and nowhere to run there. Both cars able to stay up. Match continuing. Still even Steven here between the Mustangs and the Oilers. So the battle goes on, and oh, that was a close one. A good clack. Both cars survive it, and they switch sides to boot. And really, neither car either really able to make either side work offensively. Just defensively, they are both bringing their A game here today. And that time, we got a flip ratify, taken off balance, and that was the opportunity needed. Y gets the flip. Houston gets the lead, 10-5. Highlight out there, though. I mean, he's fresh. Y's been out there for a minute with the Golden Rat. Maybe they'll play an effect on him, and it's not. He handled that quickly. The flip came faster than the pancake at a Waffle House on a Sunday afternoon. Simply put. 15-5 the final score, and the Houston Oilers get the win over the Denver Mustangs. And 9-4-0-1, right? I think that's what I said, right? 9-4-0-1 now. This team looking pretty darn good. That's all I can say about Houston. They get up to 28 points now in the Western Conference standings, and for Denver, that's a tough loss to take. No doubt about it. As much as they try to emulate what the Tampa Bay Gators have done over the years, just not clicking right now for them. Is they've had a tough couple of game days. Let's see, this is 1, 2, 3, trying to see, 3, 4, is it 4? Okay, 3. So 3 losses in a row now for the Denver Mustangs. Taking this 15-5 loss right here. Even though it was a hard-fought battle by Golden Rat, I think that's definitely where the strength might lie for the Denver Mustangs going further with Golden Rat, but maybe there's just something else to be done with the team, and Highlight really has lost his edge. Even on Chicago when he started the season, it was not the same Highlight that we've become accustomed to. Anyways, coming up next, we've got the final 4 games of our game day. It's going to be in the third and final segment. We're going to have the Miami Brawlers and the Tampa Bay Gators. I know how to talk. That's going to be our main event. Before that, Mexico City on the road against Chicago. And we are also going to see 2 matchups, or another 2 matches. Phoenix, I swear to God, I know how to talk. The Phoenix Firebirds on the road against the San Francisco Shinobis, and the New York Empire on the road against the Buffalo Warriors. All that coming up on the second segment. It's going to be leading off with Phoenix and San Fran. So, should be some fun stuff still to come. So, again, click that bell, get the notifications, and subscribe, and become a CDL fan. Become a Smash Hit. Join us on Facebook at Car Demolition League. It's a private group, but just answer the questions or whatever, and I'll pretty much let you join. It is what it is, anyhow. But, yeah, folks, so go on ahead and do that, and third segment's coming up soon, so be on the lookout.